My boss stared at the report like I'd just handed her garbage. She ripped into me for 5 straight minutes, calling it sloppy, unreadable, embarrassing. Then I calmly slid a second stack of papers across her desk and said, "Those are yours. From 3 years ago. I copied your format exactly." The look on her face. Worth every second. If you've ever had a boss who nitpicked your work, belittled you, or made you feel powerless, you're going to love this one. Hit like, subscribe, and settle in, because this revenge is slow, smart, and unbelievably satisfying. 19 years ago, I walked into an office in Boston thinking I'd just landed the break of a lifetime. The job was at State Street Bank. Big name. Serious reputation. High visibility projects. They sold it like I'd be joining some elite strike team. Complex financial operations, they said. Executive exposure, they said. Career maker. I remember riding the elevator up that first day, tie straight, heart pounding, thinking, this is it. I finally made it. I had no idea I'd just stepped into the worst professional nightmare of my life. Set up. Meeting Paula. Her name was Paula. And from the moment she shook my hand, something felt off. Her smile didn't reach her eyes. It was the kind of smile someone gives when they're already judging you. You know the type. She talked fast. Sharp. Condescending. Like every sentence ended with, obviously. Within a week, I understood the truth. This wasn't some elite project team. It was a mushroom farm. Kept in the dark. Fed crap. Daily misery. My high-impact work? Copying numbers. Compiling reports. Chasing terrified departments for data. People literally flinched when they saw emails from our team. Because Paula had a reputation. She didn't lead. She bullied. Every report I submitted, she tore apart. Not the numbers. Never the numbers. The font. The spacing. The tone feels wrong. This comma is awkward. Why did you phrase it like that? Every week. Like clockwork. Public humiliation. She'd lean back in her chair, red pen in hand, and say, "Did you even read this before sending it to me?" My stomach would knot up. My face would burn. I'd rehearse arguments in my head on the walk back to my desk. But never say them. Because she controlled everything. My reviews. My visibility. My future. And she knew it. The breaking point. There was one report she obsessed over. Every single week. Oil warrants out of Nigeria. High-stakes stuff. If the numbers were wrong, the bank could lose millions. So I was meticulous. Double-checking everything. Triple-checking. But Paula didn't care about accuracy. She cared about control. Week after week she'd shred me over formatting. Why is this table here? This header looks amateur. This sounds like a child wrote it. After months of this, something inside me just snapped. Not explosive. Not dramatic. Just quiet. Cold. Like a switch flipping. I stopped wanting her approval. I just wanted her to choke on her own hypocrisy. Discovery. The weapon. One afternoon, digging through shared network folders, I stumbled on something interesting. An old archived project. Her name all over it. From back when she didn't manage anyone. Before she got promoted. Before she had power. It was her reports. Her formatting. Her writing. Her templates. Her exact words. And let me tell you, they were a mess. Inconsistent spacing. Awkward phrasing. Weird structure. Everything she yelled at me for. Everything. I just stared at the screen. And then I smiled. Slowly. Because suddenly, I had ammunition. Planning. Next week's report. I copied her layout exactly. Same structure. Same tone. Same wording. I practically recreated it line for line. Only changed the numbers. Printed it. Walked to her office. Heart pounding. Not scared. Excited. Like setting a trap. Confrontation scene. She barely looked up. Leave it. 5 minutes later. Come back in. She was already scowling. This is terrible. Here we go. What happened to your old format? It's confusing. Sloppy. Honestly, the worst you've submitted. She kept going. Nitpicking. Insulting. Talking like I was incompetent. And I just stood there. Blank face. Silent. Letting her talk. Because I knew something she didn't. Finally she snapped. What were you thinking when you made these changes? I calmly set a second stack of papers on her desk. These, I said quietly, are your reports. From 3 years ago. Same format. Same language. I used them as a template. Silence. Dead silence. She flipped a page. Then another. Her face drained. Eyes darting back and forth. Comparing. Realizing. It was identical. Her own work. The thing she just called garbage. Was hers. The payoff moment. I tilted my head. So, should I switch back to my format then? She just stared. Mouth slightly open. Like her brain short-circuited. Finally she muttered. Just send it. But you said it was unreadable. Send it. Flat. Defeated. No eye contact. I walked out trying not to smile. Because that feeling, that quiet victory, it was better than yelling. Better than quitting. It was justice. Cat and mouse. After that, it became a game. She'd criticize something. Next week, boom. It was pulled straight from her old work. Every time she tried to attack me, she risked attacking herself. She started hesitating. Second-guessing. Losing confidence. I watched her go through shared folders deleting old files. Too late. I'd already saved everything locally. Created my own SOP library. Purely for consistency, of course. When she asked if I had copies, I smiled. Yeah. Just trying to follow your standards. She never brought it up again. Emotional shift. Something changed after that. She stopped yelling as much. Stopped nitpicking. Because she didn't know if what she was insulting was hers. For the first time, she wasn't in control. And honestly, that's all I ever wanted. Not revenge that ruined her life. Just balance. Respect. Proof I wasn't the idiot she tried to make me feel like. The best moment wasn't dramatic. No shouting. No HR meeting. Just one quiet image burned into my brain. Her staring at her own report. Realizing she'd just trashed herself. That dumbstruck look. Like the universe handed her a mirror and said, "Look." Months of humiliation evaporated in that second. My shoulders felt lighter. My chest loosened. I finally felt competent again. Validated. Like I'd taken my power back without saying a single cruel word. Just facts. Just her own work. Some people don't need to be destroyed. They just need to face themselves. And sometimes the most satisfying revenge is letting someone trip over their own ego. I left a few months later for a better job. Better boss. Better life. But I still think about Paula sometimes. And I hope every time she reviews someone's report, she hesitates. Just a little. If this story hit home and you've ever dealt with a nightmare boss, drop a comment. I want to hear your story. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more real-life revenge stories that prove karma always shows up, eventually. See you in the next one.